Hello guys, welcome back to Techdose, and in this video we will see the minimum window substring problem, which is from Leetcode number 76, and this is from the array topic. Let us now look at the problem statement. In this problem we are given two strings s and t of length m, n. Return the minimum window substring of s such that every character of t, including the duplicates, is included in the window, and if there is no such substring, return the empty string. The test cases will be generated in such a way that the answer is always unique. Let us now look at an example for better understanding. Let's say that you are given string s and string t, and the goal here is find the smallest substring which contains AC in any order in string s. So t has to be found in s, and the important things to note is you can have any other characters in the substring of s. Okay, and the second thing is the frequency of a in the substring, whatever substring you take from s, must be greater than equals to the frequency of a that is present in t, and similarly the frequency of c in the substring, whatever substring you take from s, must be greater than equals to the frequency of c in t. Let's take an example. Let's say that you had picked a substring abcc. Now in abcc, what is the frequency of each of the unique characters? You see that the frequency of A is 1, B is 1, and C is 2. But if you consider this string T, which you wanted to find in S, is it matching with this current substring? Is this AC actually present in this abcc? You check the frequency of A, that is equals to 1, and frequency of C, which is equals to 1. If you compare these two, then the frequency of A is equal, but the frequency of C in abcc is greater than the frequency of C in T, and that is completely fine. Okay, so each of the characters, each of the unique characters in T are present with at least the same frequency, and therefore abcc actually contains your string T. Okay, now if I take another example, like let's say bcc. So if you consider bcc, the frequency of B is equals to 1 and the frequency of C is equals to 2. But what about the frequency of A? It is not present, and hence it will be 0. Now if you compare this bcc and check it with this string T, then the frequency of A here is 1, but here it is less than 1, which is 0. And therefore since this A is not present, therefore this will be invalid. And this is how we will check if a picked up substring is valid or invalid. That is, if the picked up substring from S actually contains each of the unique character with minimum the given frequency in T. So I hope the problem statement is clear. Now simply you can solve this easily by creating all possible substring and then finding the minimum size substring which is valid. Now you can create the substring starting with A. Okay, all the substrings starting with A, and you can check if any of this is valid with T, and you can take a minimum window variable which is equals to, let's say, the integer maximum, and then you can try to minimize this variable. Again, you can take all the substrings starting with B and then try to check for its validity, again for C, and the second C and the last A. Okay, all these are the substring, and you know that you can have order of n square substring, so minimum time complexity for this will be order of n square. Now if you look at the problem constraint, then the constraints are high. You check it out. The constraint says that m, n value can be in the range of 10 to the power of 5. So if you take n square, then this will take 10 to the power of 10, and if you consider 10 to the power 8 as 1 second, then this is not going to run in 1 second, and therefore you should not follow this approach. Now what can be a better approach? If you see this problem, all the substrings, subarray and contiguous items are equivalent to window, and this problem, it is already said that we are trying to find the window. Therefore it is a sliding window problem, and even within sliding window problem there are two types of problems. Either the window size is fixed or the window size is variable, it is not fixed. If the window size is fixed, then you can solve it with a one pointer approach. If the window size is not fixed, then you need a two pointer approach which maintains the window left and right. Okay, left end and right end. Therefore, you know that this is a variable window size problem because we want to minimize the window size. Therefore, the window size is not predefined. Now, if you take the 2-pointer approach as left and right, then we can move to the right. We can move this right pointer to the right by including one item after another, and we can move this left to the right by excluding one item after another from the window. Okay, this is how the 2-pointer approach works. Now let's see a dry run using the sliding window approach. Let's consider that our string t was AC. Okay, and in AC, if I have to create a map, so this is nothing but a hash map, or you can take it as an array. I have taken it as an array. Now this array will actually count the frequency of A and C, and if I consider that my alphabet size is ABC only, in the problem statement you will see that it will mention all the lowercase and uppercase letters are present. So for safety you can maintain 256 size of the array, but just for simplicity in this example I have taken 3 size array A, B, C. Now each of their initial frequencies will be 0, and as I parse from left to right on T, I can maintain the frequency. I can count the frequency. Frequency of A is 1, frequency of B is 0, frequency of C is 1. Okay, so this is the frequency array of T, right? Now similarly on the S side, what we need to do is we need to create sliding windows. We need to create windows. We will pick a minimum window size which is of length 1, and we will try to increase the length of the window as long as the current window does not contain the characters of T. Okay, so what is the minimum window size? Minimum window size will be this B. Okay, if I point to the index 0 with using both the left and right pointer, then it is the minimum window size, and we will be moving the right pointer as long as all the characters of T are not included into our current window. Okay, so when we start from here, the frequency of B will increase by 1, and now let's keep moving forward. At every step we will have to match if the frequency of this current window is actually containing all the items of the string T. That means it should have frequency of A greater than equals to 1 and frequency of C greater than equals to 1. It doesn't matter if it contains any other characters, but at least it should have all the count of unique characters. Okay, so now once we have included B, our right pointer moves to index 1, so it includes A. Okay, now its frequency will increase. Again you match it up. If you match, then C is not present, and therefore we will keep moving to the right. Again a B comes in and B's frequency will increase. Again match it up. They are not matching because C is yet to be present in the current window. So let's move it again to the right. A C has come, and now if you start matching at this step, then all the characters of T are actually present in the current window. A is present one time, yes. C is present one time, yes. Okay, I don't care about B. So this gives me one valid window. Yes, it is valid, but is it the minimum size window? You just think about it. This is a valid window. B, A, B, C is a valid window. I just kept the left pointer in the initial position and kept moving the right pointer as long as the frequencies do not match at least. And if you do that, then yes, you will get a valid window, but you may not get a minimum size window, because the thing is, on the left side some of the characters may be invalid, and skipping them will reduce the window size without affecting the match case. In this case, if you see BA, BC, yes, my right pointer was here at C, my left pointer is here, but do I need to care about this B? I don't need to care about it, right? So I can simply keep skipping the left character to the right unless my current window becomes invalid. Okay, until then I'll keep moving it to the right. So we will keep moving this left pointer to the right. Once we found the valid window, I will stop this right pointer. I'll move left pointer to the right. If I have to skip B, if I have to move it outside of the window, then I will decrease the frequency and this becomes 1. And now we are pointing to index 1. Now again, if you match it up, they are again valid. A, B, C is again valid. So until the current window becomes invalid, I will keep moving the left pointer to the right. So again, I'll move this left to B. And if I do that, the frequency of A will be reduced by 1. So this becomes 0. And at this point, if you match up your frequency array, the current window with the T, this becomes invalid. So this means the previous character must have been included, and that will make it valid, and that would have been minimum size window. Okay. So wherever L is present at index 2, R is present at index 3. Find out the valid window size. So if you find out the valid window size, will it be R minus L? It will give you only 1. Okay, so 1 is incorrect definitely. This current window is even of 2 size. So you will have to add 1 extra 1 just for finding the current window. But if you imagine, I wanted to find the valid window size, right? So the previous item of L must also be included, and for this to be compensated, another 1 will be added. So if you find out the window size, it will be R minus L plus 2 if you are solving by this technique. Okay. Now I want to minimize the window size, so there should be a minimum window variable, right? And this minimum window variable will be infinity initially, and if I can find a lower window size, in this case it is 3 minus 2 plus 2, which is equals to 3. So yes, I will update this to 3. Okay. Now at this point of time, my frequency of current window, if I can write, it is equals to 0, 1, 1, which is for A, B, C. Okay. And then we are at this point. We are pointing at B, and the right pointer is pointing at C. Again, let's move the right pointer to the right, as long as the frequency, all the unique characters frequency in T is not present in the current window. As long as this doesn't happen, we have to keep moving. If you move R to the right, frequency of C will increase by 1. If you again move, before moving again, you have to check, right? Now A is not present, therefore we have to keep moving forward. Again, when A gets included, this frequency becomes 1. If you match, then it is said that BCCA is valid. Okay, so we will stop our R pointer here. Again, we will try to compress from the left side in order to find the minimum window size. So if we are at B, if we move to the right, then a B has to be excluded, and also the frequency will decrease. Are they still matching? Yes. CCA is still valid. So I'll still move the left pointer to the right. If you move it to the right again, another C will go out, and this becomes 1. Are they matching? Yes, they are still matching. So I have to again move the L pointer to the right. You check it out at A. If you move it to the right, the frequency of C will decrease. Are they matching? They are not matching. So once they are not matching, you will stop there. This is your left pointer. Here is your right pointer. Find out the window size, which is R minus L plus 2, which is equals to 2. Okay. Is 2 smaller than 3? Yes. So update it to 2. Okay. Now again repeat the process. You keep moving R to the right unless you make this current window valid, or you go to the end of string. Yes, we have gone to the end of string, so no need to do anything else. So whatever window size we found as minimum will be the answer. So you think that whenever we are sliding a window using the right pointer and left pointer, each of the item will be seen exactly 2 times. Okay, not more than 2 times. One, it will be seen by the right pointer, and another time it will be seen by the left pointer. Therefore, it is a linear time algorithm. Okay, it is order of n plus m algorithm. N is the length of this S, and m is the length of this T. Okay. Now another base case can be if the size of T is larger than S, then you can never find a valid substring in S when it is matched with T. So I hope this sliding window technique is clear. The time complexity is order of n plus m. We are not considering the frequency matcher of the 2 arrays because that is a constant, since it is said that all the characters are small or the capital case letters. Therefore, I am just taking them to be constant. Let us now look at the code. I would like to announce about our live training programs, data structures and algorithms, which is interview dose, and system design, which is design dose. If you are looking for making a switch from service to product based, or even make a product based to product based top tier switch and aiming for your dream company, this is the best curriculum you can ever join. I'll be your mentor throughout the cohort, and I will help you clear all your doubts in the one-on-one sessions. You can know more about this by querying us on the WhatsApp number, or you can also visit our website techdose.co.in. This code is again a simple implementation. You can see I have written an equal frequency function where we will be passing two frequency arrays, and I will just be checking if the frequency of both of them are same. Okay, by same I mean that the frequency of the current window can be larger, but it should not be small. Okay, you can check this out. This is very important. Once we are done with this, we will go to the main function. You can see that I have first found the size of S, okay, and then compared it with the size of T. If the size of T is larger, then no answer can exist. Okay, now I have taken a frequency array. This is for the frequency of all the characters in T, which is found here. Then this is where the sliding window approach actually starts. So we will fix the left and right pointer to the beginning character, and I will take the minimum window variable, which is integer maximum, because this is something I want to minimize. I'll take an answer, and this is my current window frequency. Okay, and this is the exact implementation of whatever idea we discussed. So we will move our right pointer unless we hit the end of string, and then after inclusion of every character, I will increase the frequency in the current map or the current array. And after every character inclusion, I will be checking if the current substring is valid. Okay, and if it is valid, then I will push the left pointer to the right in order to minimize the size of the valid window. Okay, and once that is done, then I can check the minimum window with the current window size. And if the current window size is smaller, I will update the minimum window, and I'll store the new substring, which will be the new answer. It will be overwritten. Okay, and again I will go to the next item after doing everything, right? And finally I will be returning the answer. So this is the entire code. You can find this in the description below. I hope this video was helpful. Please like and share our video and subscribe to our channel for more such interview content. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.